Hello everyone, welcome back to our lesson in science for this week. So for most part of our lesson this week, I gave it to you as a reading assignment and only a portion of it will be a discussion, which will be this one. Now, on page 58 to 60, so you can see there in your book that it is talking about describing the solution through its concentration. So when we say concentration, in our dialect or sa atoa pa nga sinultian, it tells us how what is this? How is piso or how lapsaw is our mixture. When we say a solution, so example, we have coffee, juice. So these are mixture in which dili na nimo ma-identify or ma-distinguish ang mga composition ini individually. It's because they are uniformly distributed or all throughout the solution. So one way to identify the concentration of solution is to describe it as unsaturated, saturated, and supersaturated. So when we say unsaturated, mo na gitawag nato sa ato og lapsaw. Meaning, for example, nakoy kape, so coffee mixed in water, so kung unsaturated siya, so gamay lang ko gibutang nga kape, daghan ang akong gibutang nga water. And if it is saturated, tama-tama lang, saktong timpla. And when it says super saturated, so I put a lot of coffee in that certain amount of water. And mo na sila ang one way to identify the concentration of the solution. Another way to describe the mixture's concentration or the solution's concentration is a quantitative way, and that is through percentage composition of the solution. That is what we call as percentage by mass and percentage by volume. So, when we say to describe a mixture quantitatively, that means that given that there is a measurement of the composition of a certain solution. Now, sa atuang percentage by mass and by volume, we have the following formulas. So, to get the percentage by mass of a solution, that is mass of the solute over the mass of the whole solution. The answer to that will be multiplied by 100. Then, percentage by volume equals to the volume of the solute, and over or divided by volume of the solution. Still, the answer to that will be multiplied to 100. Now, there are problems in which ang given sa ato ang problem is dili directly as a solution in as a whole, but they are separately given as the solvent and the solute. So before that, let's define some of the terms that is being used on this formula. So again, solutions are homogeneous mixtures containing one or more solutes in a solvent. When we say solvent, the solvent makes up most of the solution, meaning siya ang mag-dissolve sa uban nga mga component so that it will be distributed uniformly throughout the solution. Whereas the solute is the substance that is dissolved inside the solvent. Si solute ang tunawon or i-dissolve. So, sa atong example nga coffee, the water is what we call as the solvent. And the coffee powder is the solute. So, ang solute mauna ang i-dissolve, ang solvent mao ang mag-dissolve. And as we know, di ba naman sa elementary, that water is the universal solvent. By universal, I mean almost all not all, but almost, or a lot of things can be dissolved by the use of water. Now, so mauna na siya. So, unsa may kalahian ni percent by mass o ni percent by volume? Actually, kana sila, the same lang na sila. They describe the concentration of the solution. However, sa mass, syempre, ang mass is used to express the concentration of a solution when the mass of a solute and the mass of the solution is given. Usually, they are expressed with the units of grams, kilograms, so muna siya, mass ang gihatag. Percentage by volume, kung volume of the solute and solution are given, kung may gihatag. Usually, sa volume, gina-measure ni siya pinaagi sa liters. Okay? So, mamanay naandan nato no sa ato ang mga sulod sa mga containers, especially liquid, no? Solution man, so na liquid. So, they are mostly measured by liters. So, mao na siya to ang gamiton nga examples karon. And of course, the solution is equal to the mass or the volume of the solute. I'm sorry for that. Plus, nasayop na ko. The solution is equal to the mass or the volume of the solvent plus the mass or the volume of the solute. So, let's try to take some of the problems. For example, para nga mas masabtan nato nga tanan. Okay, first, a saline solution with a mass of 355 grams has 36.5 grams of sodium chloride dissolved in it. What is the mass percent concentration of the solution? So, this word here is read as saline sa English or sa US nga kanang pronunciation. Sa British is saline. So, you can read it either way. So, a saline solution is basically a solution of salt and water. So, here, if you notice this one here, this is, I read it a while ago as sodium chloride. So, this is a chemical symbol for sodium and then chlorine. So, kana sila all together, sodium chloride. So, kana siya, gitawa sa ato ang dialect, that is, ang atuan na nga mao na atong salt or asin. Now, the first thing that we're going to do to solve for the mass percent concentration is to identify the given in the problem. Now, natay gihatag diha nga saline solution which is 355 grams. Then, ang gidissolve which is ang atong solute, ang sodium chloride of the salt which is 36.5. Now, we'll use the percent by mass formula which is equal to the mass of the solute given over the mass of the solution times 100. So, atuan na siyang i-substitute to the formula ng atong mga quantities. So, for the solute, we have, kana siya, 36.5. Mao na ito ibutan na sa numerator. Over or divided by the solution which is 355 grams. Gikan na diri So, ato na iba, ato i-substitute diri. So, you can use calculator in dividing this one. So, I do not see any problem when you use calculator in dividing as long as I've always said, no, nga you don't depend on the calculator kung madala lang nimo og divide by your mind. Pero kung medyo lisod-lisura na ka, I do not see any wrong if you're going to use calculator. So, this one, 36 divided by 5, imo na sila una nga divide. Divided by 355. So, muna siya 0.103. So, if the answer will be along strings of kanang decimal nga mga place values or numbers. So, up to 3 decimal place values lang takutob ha, or decimal place. So, 103. Then, rounded off already. Diyan, times natin na siya 100. So, we get percent by mass is 10.3%. Next, a dextrose, also called as the D-glucose, with the chemical symbol of C6H12 O6. So, kana siya na it is a solution made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So, a solution with a mass of 200 grams. And then, na siya dextrose dissolved in it, which is 15.8 grams. The question is, what is the mass percentage concentration of the solution? Now, again, first, identify the given. So, muna siya ang atong given. Ang atong dextrose solution, which is 200 grams. Ang atong dextrose, which is our solute, which is 15.8. Now, formula, percent by mass equals to mass of the solute as given over mass of the solution times 100. Then, substitute ni mga quantities niya sa given. Si solute diri 15.8 grams. And then, si dextrose solution sa denominator 200 grams. So, divide this. 15.8 divided by 200. So, muna siya 0.79. Again, 3 decimal places. Then, times 100, our percent by mass equals to 7.9%. Next, a solution is made by adding 40 ml of ethanol to 20 ml of water. What is the percent by volume of the solution? Now, first, identify the given. So, as I've said kanina, no, if you have remembered what I said earlier, there are times in which the problem does not give the whole solution nga mass or volume. So, ato ang gikon sa first slide sa atong formula, ang atong solution equals to the mass or the volume of the solvent plus the mass or the volume of the solute. So, mao ni naman tay solvent made by adding ko no 40 ml of ethanol to 20 ml of water. So, gisagol na nimo, that is your solution. Then, ang ato ang ethanol, since kahibawon ta nga ang water na to is a solvent. So, solute na to si ethanol, which is 40 ml. Ethanol is a kind of alcohol or one of the kinds of alcohol. So, kani siya, this is an alcohol solution. So, percent by volume equals to the volume of the solute divided by the volume of the solution times 100. Then, substitute the given quantities. So, we have 40 ml for our solute, which is the ethanol, over, ang atong solution, kada sila 40 ml plus 20 ml. So, that is equal to 60 ml altogether as a solution times 100. Then, divide mo si 40 divided by 60. So, up to 3 decimal places. So, this is our answer. 0.667. Because, kung imo ni siyang i-divide, may mo siya 0.66666 and so on. So, kadang repeating and non-terminating, terminating and non-repeating. So, up to 3 decimal places lang ta. Rounded off mo ng 7 ay katulo. Now, times 100. So, our percent by volume equals to 66.7%. Now, we already have problems or I have already shown you the, what is this? The problems about percent by volume, percent by mass. If the given is the mass or asked is about mass percentage, so mass percentage yung gamiton nga formula. If percentage by volume, so by volume po na inyo nga gamiton. So if you want to practice by yourself to answer the problem, you can pause this video before proceeding to see how the solution is being made. So, pwede ninyo nga hunungon usa, mag-answer mo by yourself, nga usa pa mo padayon. Okay na? Now, next. What is the percent by volume in a 500 ml of solution that contains 350 ml of rubbing alcohol? Sorry for this typo, no? This is capital L. So, I encourage everyone nga mag-write should appropriately sa atong mga units because apil na sa atong skill nga dapat ma-develop. Okay. So, first, again, we have to identify the given. So, natay solution, 500 ml. Rubbing alcohol, nga atong gi-dissolve is 350 ml. So, since natay rubbing alcohol, so this is a alcohol solution. So, muna siya itong gamiton nga formula, substitute, and then divide 350 ml by 550 ml, so that is equal to 0.7 times 100. So, mo din ang gitawag na to 70% alcohol solution. Kabantay mo no sa mga especially karon nga arang kahalinon ang alcohol. So, natay 30% nga alcohol, natay 70% alcohol. So, when we say 70% alcohol, so, inganas that sa 100 ml of solution, 70% of the rubbing alcohol is being dissolved in it. Sa ato ang kani, 500 ml, nga 350 ml ang rubbing. Okay? So, next, a solution is prepared by dissolving 90 ml of hydrogen peroxide in enough water to make 300 ml of solution. Calculate the percentage of volume of the solution. So, identify the given. So, there. Solution na to is 3,000 ml. Ang atong solute is rubbing, that's not rubbing alcohol, but it is hydrogen peroxide. I'm sorry for that mistake. Tingalin ako na edit. Okay, so that is hydrogen peroxide mo na itong solute, which is 90 ml. So, the same, sakto ang quantity. So, muna ito ang formula. Substitute. So, for the solute, 90 ml. For the solution, 3,000 ml. 90 divided by 3,000. That is equal to 0.03. So, dili na siya 3 places tungkol kay maulamang yun na ang iyang answer. So, that is equal to 3%. Okay? Next. This will be the last one. A solution is prepared by dissolving 15 grams of cane sugar in 60 grams of water. Calculate the mass percentage of the solution. So, first, identify the given. So, ato solution, si 15 grams nga cane sugar plus 60 grams nga water. Kaya wa man gihatag ang mass sa tibuok nga solution. So, solvent plus solute ang atong solution. Then, ang atong solute, ang katong gidissolve sa water is the cane sugar. 15 grams. So, we have percent by mass itong gamiton kay mass percentage ang ipangita. So, substitute. 15 grams divided by 75 times 100. 15 divided by 75 is 0.2. So, that is equal to 20%. Okay, so I hope nakuha lang ninyo ang ato ang discussion about percentage composition of solutions. This is very easy, but I guess night time nga naglisod ta kung saon gyud. So you can ask clarification questions to me or to anybody that can help you, coach, tutor, pwede na. You can contact me as well through our GC. Pwede po mo PM ka na ako, or you can use my contact number, you can call or you can ask through text. Now, again, if you want or if you wish to use the problems in the example given to practice, you can freely pause the video before proceeding to the solution and answer it by yourself. Then, usapan ninyo ipadayon. So, I guess that would be all for our lesson this week. Thank you, everyone, and have fun answering our activities.